Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Williamson County Board of Commissioners regularly scheduled monthly meeting. It's Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. It's 10:01 a.m. Can I have a roll call, please?
Tim Atkinson.
Present.
Jim Marlowe.
Present.
Jim Razor.
Present.
This time I'd ask everybody to rise while we say the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First Razor, would you lead us in prayer?
Heavenly Father, we thank you today. We thank you for the blessings you provide to us each and every day. Grateful we're able to gather here in service of our community. We ask that you guide our discussion with fairness, respect, and help us to always act in the best interest of the people we represent. We also always ask for your protection of our first responders and our armed forces, put themselves in harm's way so that we may live safer lives here in this, the greatest nation. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
So would you have the opportunity to look through the consent agenda tonight? Any changes or notes, comments?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Razor.
Yes.
Thank you. On down to the highway department, with yours.
Yes. Thanks for your time, Donald. We had a letting on May 15th for a heavy duty sign truck. We're asking permission to buy the lowest bidder. We did have, so Vogler, Watermark put in two bids, and Asher all gave us a price. We had a Ford, a Chevy, a Ram, and Vogler bid, and at $350, it didn't meet our spec. So we'd like to go with, like permission to go with the next lowest bidder, Watermark, for $52,654.63.
Anybody have any questions about this?
What is the need for the bigger truck?
Absolutely. So this particular truck's a sign truck. So he doesn't just haul signs. He has a small crane on the back to where we have to pull some pretty heavy duty poles and then and set some pretty heavy duty poles. So we'll get the whole sign ready to go and put the whole thing in the ground. So there's outriggers and a small crane.
So will you have to adjust the bed?
Yes. Yes, this is a
This is
chassis.
just for the chassis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we can reuse a lot of the existing sign truck bed, but some of them will have to have refabricated to modern ones.
I want to make a motion that we approve the purchase of the 2027 Ford F-450 for the highway department from Marion Ford, dollar amount of $52,654.63.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Razor.
Anything else, George? You have one?
I don't believe I do. We have several good construction projects ongoing as we speak. We've got a bridge we're eliminating on Nixville Road, getting ready to, in fact, I'd say it's falling as we speak. We've got dirt built up on the underneath it, about 16 foot from the bridge right now. So, and then we've got a couple of bridges on Pittsburgh, they're in rehab, a bridge on Binkley that's going to get new superstructure. And then of course got the roundabout in Cape working.
You know, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you guys have seen the southeast quadrant, but we had to build it up quite a bit. And the southwest quadrant. So, a lot of the dirt work done, getting the old road out. We're still on schedule. Yeah. I was just telling Paul we've got a little bit of cushion built into the construction timeline, but the utilities cost us about a week and a quarter. starting to eat on that a little bit, but we're still, without those, at least the north and the east movement with schools open, we're in bad shape. So that's our number. We'll get there.
Thank
That's
you.
all I have. Thanks, guys.
Right, moving on down to old business. Anybody have any old business for us today?
Yeah, I just say,
No, that was a part of our consent
the
agenda.
other part of the consent.
Somebody have any old business for today? All right. Moving on down to new business. Progressive Rail Incorporated letter of support. I had this email to me. I think we're all about talking to this. You guys have an opportunity to read through it. Any changes you'd like to see on this?
Go ahead.
I just say, they, Progressive had a representative here last meeting. And since that time, they've been in pretty regular communication with me. This was one of the requests, if we would consider this. And it comes back to, in my mind, this is chicken and egg. And I don't know which one is which. Does more rail service come and then you have more economic development, or does economic development bring? But the two to me seem to run together. This group is very interested in increasing their presence in Williamson County, and Marion, not just in Marion, but in Williamson County. And it seemed like a simple gesture to just write up a letter of support so that they can get more funding and do just that.
Okay.
The only change I'd like to see on this is that Dave Fellows came and spoke to the full board. And we're voting on this, to send this letter as a full board. I'd like to see that it comes from Williamson County Board of Commissioners. So change it.
Yeah, and I agree with that, absolutely, 100%. So we'll put the additional lines on there, and then you guys are good with this?
Yep.
Okay. The next thing on the new agenda is the certification of election judges, and then I think you said you're a month away on that.
Yes, I am.
So we'll see that then in July.
Yes.
Okay, great. Fireworks application for Elks number 800. So we've done this years past. Rich, you had the opportunity to take a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's become pretty commonplace. Everything seems to be
Everything's
in line and signed off on.
Any comments or questions about this? Make a motion, Jim?
Nope.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the application for permit. Approve the permit for supervised public display for Elks number 800. That would be down to Lake of Egypt.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Moser.
And we did one, I think, last year for just add one more to back again this year. That was the Lake of Egypt. And once again, Grant, everything looked in order.
Yep.
Can we make the same correction? We have another one, it's a minor thing, but we still have 2011 on this. Can we make it 6?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, any other questions or comments about this? Is there a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion that we accept the application for fireworks display for Just Add Water.
Amended as noted.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Moser.
Okay, sealed bids for maintenance department pickup truck. Okay, thank you. Any special thing we need to do before we open these bids, right?
Nope.
Okay, the first bid is from Asher Arnold Motors here in Williamson County.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
Stephanie is going to grab the specs that
Okay.
were advertised, so that way I know George had made mention on his that they had specifically asked for a 450. One of the places had bid a 350, so we do want to make sure that the minimum requirements are put onto this. So this would be for a 3/4 ton, 4x4 regular cab truck is the minimum requirement.
Okay, from Baxter Arnold, looking okay, it has drivetrain rating is 3/4 ton ready chassis, 4-wheel drive, 4x4 configuration. It would be a regular cab pickup truck. Is there any other requirements for the cab?
Just indicates that it's going to be an 8-cylinder gasoline, automatic transmission with a towing package, with a 7 and 4 pin harness.
Said if anything out, they acknowledge that.
8-foot bed. And
8-foot bed length, factory commercial grade spray and bed liner.
Yep, and cloth upholstery.
Vinyl floor covering with all leather molded plastic floor mats. Seating is a 40-20-40 split bench seat with cloth upholstery and fold down center console armrest.
And it's got a roof mounted 24-inch LED amber strobe light bar. That's probably an accessory. I don't know if it's on the bid section.
One thing else is,
Yeah, he said that. to you.
Okay, and they did include the bid specifications.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that's the same sheet, right?
Correct.
They're from?
Yep.
They included that with the bid. Total net price for one new pickup truck is $48,418 and no cents. That's from Douglas Ford. On 2027 Ford F-250 4x4 regular cab truck, factory installed options include cloth seat, all-terrain tires, locking wheel axle, trailer brake controller, tailgate step, and spray and bed liner. See attached pages with standard equipment for the 2027 model year. Added non-factory options including install roof-mounted light bar per specifications. They've given us just their standard equipment pages with this. They're required to hand in their bid specification sheet with this, the one that we provided.
They've got, no, not the one that we provided, just,
Okay. All right, it looks to me the total bid price from Vogel Ford is $50,857 and 62 cents. It's $50,857.62. The third one is from Marion Motors LLC. That's for a 3/4 ton regular cab pickup truck. Have a gas engine.
what brand is that?
That would be a GMC Sierra 2500 HD. It's a cloth jet black interior, 10-speed automatic. Gasoline V8 engine. got spray and bed liner. And then there's an asterisk at the bottom, qualifier, the price shown is a worst case. If rebates are available when the truck arrives, it would apply at that time. Excuse me. If municipal plates apply, the price would be lower. Please call with questions. I'm not seeing a white line on this one. I do not see where they've included light wires. The price for GMC Sierra, on the ton truck, $53,945.78. Okay. Jim and I say we should look at these, and then we have to come back this afternoon for animal control. You guys push this off and make a decision on this afternoon? Okay, that gives us time to look at these. We can have time to study that? Okay. I'd like to thank all the companies that did provide us civil bid for that. Next one is the acceptance of Redco Resolution 05-28-26-1. And at the last meeting, Redco was wanting to give us some property. And we said that they needed to have more resolution. And that's what this is. Red, you had the opportunity to take a look at this.
Yep.
Does this suffice? Needs on this?
Yeah, I think this certainly indicates Redco is gifting to the county, so the next step would be to have a deed prepared that would be signed by Redco, transferring their interest over to the county. So,
Do we need to formally approve this?
well, I guess the question is, who's gonna do the deed? Do you want, is the county supposed to do the deed, or is Redco as the gifter going to do the deed? Because if they're going to do a deed, then we would do an acceptance and signature of the deed, or acceptance of the actual deed. If we're doing the deed, then you just make a motion and have me prepare the deed, and we'll do it that way.
So we can do it that way. You know, it's just, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Rice.
All right, I don't have anything else on the agenda. Take any public comment. Anybody here have any public comment they'd like to make? Come on up, sir. If you could, come up here, go next, and tell us your name.
Morning, my name's Hugh Stiffley, and I'm a resident of Williamson County, and I recently started covering these monthly meetings for my Substack. And I want to raise a concern about the salary resolution this board recently approved, specifically what it means for the incoming commissioner. The three current commissioners earn $79,954 a year, plus a 3% cost of living, plus county health insurance, right? That's a compensation the board deemed appropriate for the job of county commissioner. Now, the resolution you approved on May 19th sets the incoming commissioner's salary at $40,000 with no eligibility for county health insurance. It's about half of what the current commissioners receive for the same elected office. I want to ask the board, is this fair and is this legal? You know, the Illinois Local Government Compensation Act sets a date that you have to approve these salaries. But it's not only to approve these salaries, it also exists to protect the integrity of the office, not to be used as a tool to financially penalize a political opponent who just won a primary or is from the other political party. Let's be clear about the context. One of the candidates in the November election defeated one of the city commissioners in the primary. The other candidate is a Democrat. The board, which includes the defeated commissioner, then set the incoming office holder's salary at a fraction of their own. That raises a serious question about conflict of interest and the appearance of political retaliation. Voters should ask, did the board act in the public interest or in self-interest? I'm calling on this board to revisit the salary resolution, align the incoming commissioner's compensation with the office as it currently exists, and if you won't do that, to explain publicly on the record why one commissioner is worth $79,000 and the other is worth $40,000. The voters of Williamson County deserve that answer. So, any comment? Silence? That's where I would like to start.
Anybody else have public comment? Josh?
Thanks, sir. Well, on a lighter note, I just wanted to make everybody aware that we got our final state equalization factor on Friday. It's 1.74%. That is down from over 8% the previous year. So we made significant ground on that. I just wanted to take some time to extend my appreciation to my team. Also, all you board members, Stephanie for helping with the Zoom, and a big shout out to Lisa Henson for doing all the scheduling and entering all the value changes for us. What we pulled off was pretty awesome. The last 2 years we've been under a pretty strict deadline in order to move up the tax cycle, trying to get both payments due in the same tax year. That's our goal. Every year we want to move that up and do a little better. But yeah, I just want to take a little bit of time, say thank you to everyone, and just let you guys know that the assessor's office is working real hard in order to regain public trust and just do everything right by the taxpayer.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Any other public comment?
Do you want us to add our 2 cents in on where we stand now with your conclusion?
Yeah. If you have a comment,
Public comment. You stand on the golden X.
Or I'll stand next to my compadre. She'll have to pipe in. So obviously what Josh said, space issue the multiplier. So DevNet will be coming down Monday, the 15th, for us to start on our extension. And roughly should get it done that week. We hope, unless there's any issues. They're still processing and reprogramming the start line, so that'll be hopefully done. We've given them a hard deadline of the 15th, so that'll be finished. Amanda will send her extensions to all the taxing bodies, and hopefully we'll have an answer and response back and confirmation by July 3rd. Then it'll be in my office to start with. Plan would be to send out bills probably the first week of August. Due dates are going to be in October and November. As you know, we're implementing our new enterprise resource system, which is all new accounting, payroll, human resources, everything in September. So that pretty much needs to be a dead period. So probably looking at like October 12th and November 14th, I believe, to be able to have the due dates, because we start planning implementation the last week of August with BSNA, and actually they're going to finalize their piece on October 8th. So we need to make sure that we do it the week after to have a due date. We'll continue to do what we did last year with the distribution. So pretty much as soon as we send them out, start collecting, we'll try to start doing distributions every 2 to 3 weeks thereafter. So I would anticipate being able, even with the due date of November 14th, being able to put 80 to 90% of all collected taxes and distribute them out. So it would be within our fiscal year. I think probably from what we've done last year and what we generate and collect, and maybe giving people enough time to pay, we should get the budget marks done, and hopefully not have to reopen the budget and deal with that fiasco. So we'll see. It's all gonna work, but perfectly. We're hoping. Thank you.
A lot of work still to do.
Yeah, but big hurdle is to get the stuff from the state and finalize that so that we can start on. So roughly 8 weeks, honestly, 10 weeks. So.
Actually, do you have an idea of when the tax bills will be out back, like what we used to do?
Well, I mean, assuming we're not going to be implementing any
New things.
new software, any systems or anything.
I mean, it'll be probably used to.
I mean, feasibly, I'd say 2 years. I mean, just, we'd love to under promise over deliver, but we'll see. I mean, we still have the implementation of all the camera system, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. Make sure Josh has enough time to be able to do that, because that's obviously a big piece of making sure that we've got the most accurate and up-to-date information as possible. So at least to be able to support whatever those values are.
You still picking up another half?
We did. I mean, so it's helpful. Deadness, we work with the stuff, and we set some pretty restricted deadlines on them to make sure they comply. Plus, I haven't paid them their stuff. Shows that.
While you're up there, you got other,
Oh, yeah. Village of Freeman Spur has our request. It's for 2 invoices with Corner Schifrin for engineering administration, and then another invoice for CNC pumps for valves, bolt kit, and the labor to install all that for their lift station water tower. Total amount $3,286.75.
that project's not complete, isn't it?
Yeah, there's like 30 to 35,000 left, so there's not much as far as I can tell, but I know they're kind of piecing that stuff together as they go.
In July, could you give us a rundown of what's absolutely left in the projects that are not complete?
I can work on it. I don't have it off the top.
Yeah, I didn't think you would, but
Oh, in July?
in July.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, any other comment from anybody else? Yes.
My name is Jane Hottie. I'm a citizen of Williamson County. I've been to a few meetings, but I'm not familiar with the process of asking questions outside of this venue. I understand I could make a public comment, and my comment is really a question. If we have a question about how something is done with the commission, do we call you or write to you?
Anybody else from the public comment or question? Oh, let's take care of Tom.
Okay,
On the VAC. Yes. Tom, you want to give us an update on what you're working on?
it's been a interesting first 30 days. First, I just want to commend all the administration and staff here. Ashley have been driving him crazy, and and Mike, and Mike's back there. Mike and his team, just amazing, just to accommodate this. They've been very, very accommodating and helping out in this, and each and every one of you as well. So just some outside updates before I kind of go over the report that I give you. We had a cleanup day. The building was cleaned up by about 8 volunteers. One of those being one of the veterans that we were actually assisting. One of the homeless vets wanted to volunteer, and so he came over and volunteered to help do the cleanup as well. All wonderful, great day. We did it in about 2 hours. And then George, sorry. George is gonna graciously pick up our clippings and take them to the burn pit so it looks a little bit better. So those are some of the things. We also co-hosted with the Salvation Army the Donut Day at the Marion VA. And so that was a good hit and a good public access for us to get out there and start working and getting the VAC out there. Day one, great story. I'm getting some training from Ashley in the office day one, and a couple comes in needing benefits and services. And so helped them out right away. We kind of got through our stuff real quick and that. So day one, there was already a need. We weren't even fresh in the building yet. So just a great kind of just first 30 days of just some anecdotal stuff. To the hardcore part of it, during that period, we've assisted 6 veterans, surviving spouses assisted 1, so 7 cases. The community served Marion, Carterville, and Pittsburgh. The cases that we're providing or the services provided, we've got 4 housing assistance cases, 1 homeless veteran case, disability claim assistant cases, 2 DD 214 military record assistance, 2 survivor benefits, 1 burial benefits, 1 employee transition assistance cases, 1 financial assistance cases, 2 financial assistance distributed so far is 300. And I kind of spoke outside of this. We're also going to add on there the amount of contribution that was requested that was also denied. Those any explanations on that can come to, I can reach out to you one-on-one to talk about. We do have a due process, part of the bylaws that you guys got that we have, that if someone doesn't feel that it's fairly done, they can go through that. We have a provost lawyer that we can use. Right now, we're using Martin Parsons for that. I think that's it. Wanted to see what else, highlight this. If there's anything in this report that you'd like to see or you have questions on, one of the things that you guys requested is that if we can use the financial resources back in Williamson County, we helped the veteran get back on his phone, the homeless veteran to get in touch with his family. We utilized Eye Doctor Carterville to get a used phone for that person, and he came back. We're using SI Roofing to help facilitate some housing needs. We don't have any financial benefit to give them yet, but we connected them. They were not getting anybody to help them with the roofing issues that they had. Centerstone Lighthouse Shelter, we're utilizing the Southern Illinois University Veteran Legal Assistance Program. The reason we're using that is because I'm not certified as a VSO yet. I have 1 year, part of the statute, to try to get certified. My training is actually the end of September, going to October 2nd, and then I get married on October 3rd. So we'll see how this all works out. Not sure that's gonna, we're gonna see. Either way, once I'm certified, then I can help with veterans claims. That will be anything from hunting and fishing license to disability claims, anything like that. So then we get into it. So the stopgap between now and then is to utilize those over here at the IDVA. And I'm using Martin Parsons for some that don't have, that need a little bit more, but can't afford to actually either pay a lawyer or I can't help with yet. The goal is to continue to provide the best services that we can for the veterans at the lowest amount of cost possible. I think that is it. One other thing I'll just tell you, and this is just in 30 days and just inquiry, the budget for next year will probably be on housing. That's where I'm seeing the need, is housing. A great conversation I had was we have a lot of food pantries. We have a lot of ways to get food. So the food part will probably knock down or keep lower and utilize those services. Assistance in travel. I don't think a lot of people know that we can help them yet with that, working with DAV. So there's a lot of things that we have in the works that utilizing all the resources, which is what I want. I don't want this to be a stopgap where we just do everything. I want to use everything. At the end of the day, this is taxpayer money. I want to be a good steward of that. And finally, just to kind of let the commissioners know, one of the purposes or one of the reasons that we have internally and at the VAC is that if we're giving funds out, we want those funds to be able to be utilized not as a stop, as a pause mode. We want this to generally impact them. So giving funds out that are not going to actually truly help or still lose a house, lose whatever storage unit, whatever it might be, we're not going to fund that. We want to make sure that this is something that they can actually help them get back on their feet and continue on. Not saying that we're not going to handle those cases case by case, but we want to make sure, again, that we're utilizing the best resources to truly help a veteran get on their feet and get what they needed to go on to be successful and not continually needing services over and over. And we'll also do the best we can to utilize all the community resources first before we use those funds. Because there's a lot of funds and resources out there. I don't think we've done a very good job in the region of actually doing a nice flow chart and putting them all together. I think there's just a little bit of components. And so hopefully that's something I can work on as well. And then compliance, gone over the updated statute. I can tell you that we are definitely going to be in alignment. Well, I'll let Rhett determine that, but I feel like we're ahead. We're getting a lot of things in place, the policies and procedures and the steps that we have to have over at the VAC for all this, for accountability, for the audit. And so I've worked with some other DSOs, VAC superintendents to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to do. So Springfield will not be coming knocking on our door. That's my goal. Any questions?
No, Tom, good, appreciate it.
Tom,
Yes.
there's all, I appreciate everything you're doing. Sometimes there's extra information out there that just isn't, people aren't aware of.
Yes.
So you might want to, encourage you to check out Crosswalk and what they provide.
Okay.
And Coalition for the Homeless, SI Coalition for the Homeless, and our own general assistance. I know Crosswalk, I even have some information here about Ameren.
I've got some Ameren stuff for the power bills and a contact for that. I wasn't not familiar with Crosswalk, but I am for the coalition as well.
So we have some information here on Crosswalk.
I will take it.
Yeah, reach out to Shelley Pyle. She's our executive director. And they do have some programs on some housing improvements.
Yep.
Maybe the window, they have limitations as well, but it's still worth checking out. It's just being made aware that these are services too that are available. Anyway,
And the biggest thing right now with most of these VACs is the legal stuff. So, Brad, if you see something, please send it my way, or if there's something that we need to make sure. I know it's kind of a separation, but at the same time, I still want to work and I want us to be compliant as well. And I want us to work and make sure this is a easy flowing system. So if you do get something, please send it my way so we can address it at the board. Sure. Oh, finally, we do have a treasurer pending next Monday, the 22nd, board approval. Ryan Questel will be taking over the treasurer's position. I think it's a great addition to our board. He oversees a lot of money for the Department of Corrections, way more than what we have. So I think his accountability and procedures will be great to have in place as well. So, thank you.
Thanks, Tom. All right. Buildings and grounds?
Got a couple updates of what we talked about last month. I just showed Rhett my ad for the newspaper on bids, getting bids for the water heaters. I did talk to one of my suppliers to give you guys a general idea of what we're talking about. So, he had told me that he's got a 130 gallon unit, which those are 150, more than enough, 130 gallon. 3 of those were $110,000. So again, I mean, that's just a general idea of what we're looking at. My ad in the paper, I talked to Red, I'll have to get bids, compare apples to apples, people coming in to take a look and make sure we're all on the same page. So that's kind of a lot better than what I anticipated.
Was that a single supplier, a single manufacturer on the one here, or did you look at other manufacturers?
Well, that was the manufacturer where we bought the one that we replaced in 2019. Just to give you a general idea, I mean, like I said, we're gonna have to put this out for bid. But all those bids come in, I just wanted to get some sort of an idea for you guys to know what we're looking at. Now, that's not labor, that's just the
It's just
units.
material, equipment.
where do these water heaters go?
The jail.
to?
We talked about it. They're operating. They're 15 years old. If they go down, like we had one go down, there's 2 units for the domestic hot water. There's 1 unit for laundry, there's 1 unit for the kitchen. So if one of those go down, we're gonna be without hot water for quite some time. So proactive, get them replaced, 15 years old. That's what we're looking at. I'll get the ad in the paper possibly this week. I think I've got time to get it by Thursday, and then it'll run 3 weeks, and we'll go from there.
Okay, good.
Mark Dillon came in yesterday. We finally got together. I think he was on vacation to talk about the door handles at the courthouse, the replacement of the older doors that have never been replaced, of all the renovation that's happened at the courthouse. So Mark's going to put stuff together. Those old doors are mortise doors, core board, deadbolts. It's not a simple placement. So that's why I got an architect involved to get the specs done and go through the bidding system on that. We may even have to split half maybe this year or half next year or whatever, because I think I said 108 last month. I think there's 112 actually. And we're just having problems. Our keys don't work. Their keys don't work. It's just old,
I think you
55 years
said
old.
maybe up to 1,000 a door.
Yep.
You're talking about just the hardware, not the door. You're talking about a full.
No, just the hardware. Yeah. Just the lock and deadbolt. Yeah. Plus they're round handles. They're not ADA. I mean, we've not done any, when you do renovations to those areas, you have to do that. We haven't done any renovations to those areas. That's why they're not, but they need to be. Also, talked about the rock for the landscaping over on the north side of the courthouse. I'm waiting on Clark Trucking to, they don't have enough. So we're waiting on them to get it in. I'm hoping they get it in by next Friday. We're closed. That's what I want to do, get it done when we're closed. I think their Saturday fee is like $50. It's not very much to do it. I don't think I need that slinger truck here. The public.
No, that's the way to put it in. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I've got the new gate ordered for the receiving area at the jail. It is heavy duty. I mean, we're going to dig footings, concrete pillars. It's going to be extremely sturdy. That is just a residential system that was put on. It's not good. So that was $18,000. That's installed and everything, all the electronics, everything. And then I think it was that afternoon, maybe the next day after the meeting, my guys got the HVAC system done at the EMA on the backside of the building. They did it all themselves, so.
Good.
And with that, we've got two compressors on this roof to be replaced. We've already got them. Just so you know, with Josh and Aaron being HVAC techs, we can purchase those compressors ourselves because they're licensed to do that. So those compressors are around $4,000. If we didn't have those licenses, they'd probably be about $8,000 buying them through a contractor, so saves a lot of money.
Who do the install too?
No, we don't have the capability of installing those compressors. I mean, we just don't. So don't have the tools, don't have the back system for the free ones.
Okay.
Yep. Any questions?
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Anybody have anything else for miscellaneous?
Yeah, I do. I got we had a great countywide cleanup day last month, and so I've got the bill for it now. And I know last year was not full. But this year we're looking at 11,680. It was, we had about 3 times the amount of people this year than we did last year. Last year, if you recall, too, was the weekend after the tornado. And there was a lot of disruption. But honestly, bill on this, like I said, it's almost 3 times the amount, 11,681.02. And assume that, does this have to be on the agenda to vote on, to pay? Or we just,
Yeah, I mean, there's not an item specifically for this, so you have to do it as an expenditure.
Is that coming out of contingency?
this,
When we approve that,
I thought we had it in the budget.
right, it's already
I
budgeted
think
item,
we
With
did.
the recycling. Yeah.
right?
They collected 22.49, almost 22.5 tons of municipal waste. They collected 16.4 tons of tires. That's a lot of tires. They had 8.94 tons of electronics. And they break it down what it is for each category here. Overall, it was a tremendous outpouring. Everybody was really appreciative having that service. So,
No, I got good feedback from folks. You guys did too.
Invoice already been paid. Has the invoice already been paid?
No, we were looking at the budget.
It's
We had
actually-
budgeted 10
We
grand.
had budgeted 10 grand, so it's actually
Over.
over, so you're
Okay,
Just have 5.
reappropriating.
right. Okay, anything else?
I would like to take one moment to recognize the Carterville High School softball team. Won a state championship last weekend, second time inside of 3 years. Coach Cappy has really built a program over there that the community is proud of. I think the whole county can be. We'd like to see state championships come back and recognize our student athletes. So just want to say good job to them.
Excellent, a lot of dedication. All right,
one other thing that I have is I sent an email to Stephanie, to share with both of you. You're being contacted by this organization called Spyglass. I don't know if you saw the email this morning. This company reached out to me a couple of times. I told them that we would discuss it, and if there was interest, you could give them a call. Basically, they do audits on telephone systems, and if you see if there's any excessive waste lines that aren't being used, we utilized their services quite a while ago. I can't remember,
yeah, it's been 3 or 4 years ago.
but we saved $2,000 with this company. We found out we had lines that weren't being used. We had one line that was someone's phone, private phone, somewhere in town. So now they're wanting to reach out again and want to know if we like to set up a meeting with them. And so that's what I thought we're discussing with these guys. I didn't know if you're interested in this.
I don't know what we have, all the lines at, but before we can find it.
That was before the,
Yeah, that was before our transition to the new VoIP service.
Correct.
I'm not exactly sure how that, I mean, I'm not opposed to hearing what they have to say.
Yeah.
But it looked like to me that their meeting times that they sent us were over the next week and a half.
I mean, can we just send them an email? If I have a question, can I just send them an email?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah.
So you'll have the email contact person, so just.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't we have it like this? We'll send the questions if we feel like we need to have a meeting with them, set it up that way.
Okay.
Well,
Sounds good. That's all I got.
okay. Anybody else? Gentlemen, we have a personnel issue we need to discuss, and I have potential litigation issue we need to talk about. So I'd like to go into executive session. Is there any reason not to do that? Comments, concerns, okay, then I make a motion to go into executive session for personnel and for potential litigation. Brett, what is that?
5 ILCS 122C 1 and 12.
Second.
Okay, roll call please.
Jim Maxson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Williams.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your attendance today. Okay, we're reconvening after closed session. It's Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. It's 11:34 a.m. Roll call, please.
Tim Anderson.
Present.
Jim Marlowe.
Present.
All right. We need to now recess and reconvene for this afternoon's meeting. Make a motion that we recess and reconvene to 1:30 p.m. today.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
All right.
Check with Stephanie. I got that off. Check with Stephanie about your copies of the,
Yeah, okay.
she was making copies.